you shared your thoughts following the victory at Jenner Park. A couple of days later or so, are you pretty much still on the same line of thought?
Yeah, I mean, look, as staff, we sit down, we watch the game back after every game. We put together a debrief and give that out to the players, or we deliver that to the players too. So we've had a good chance to look over the clips, watch the game back as well, which I do always find helpful. And yeah, pretty much what I thought at the time, I found was right. I thought we did more than enough to win the game. Probably should have scored more than the 2 goals that we did. Disappointed with the goal that we conceded, and ended up being quite a close finish in a game where we probably sort of had to hang on in the end. And we knew that Barry, if we were in touch by a goal, we're going to put pressure on us and put the ball in the box. That's what they did. I thought we defended that bit quite well, actually. So yeah, all in all, listen, we're happy and we'll take the 3 points, but knowing that there's definitely room for improvement, I think, to get that next goal and to see the game out a lot more comfortable with a better lead.
We've reached the halfway stage in the JD Cymru Premier season. We've won 13, drawn 2, lost 1, scored 41, conceded 11. We have a 12-point lead over both second and third place. Prior to the season starting, would you have expected to be in this position, or is it a surprise, albeit a pleasant one?
Yeah, not sure really, Revs. I think it's a good question, and a lot of people have asked me that before. Are you happy with where you are? I think first and foremost, we do look at the performances. I think that's certainly important. And in terms of performances, I'm happy where we are. We've managed to be able to this season win games, I think, in different ways. Sometimes we have had to grind games out a little bit at times. We have had to go a little bit more direct in games, be a bit more physical, be a bit more tougher and physical and more aggressive to play against, and be aggressive with the opposition in fairly, of course. But I think that's been pleasing as well. And I think that's resulted in us with the lead that we've got at the moment. We know that it's only, like you say, it's halfway through and there's a lot more games to go and a lot more performances I think we can really improve on. So yeah, we're happy where we are, but know that we definitely can get better.
And after back-to-back away games, it's Park Hall on Saturday against Penybont. They are just, one of just 3 teams to have taken points off the New Saints so far this season. Last time round, although we beat them on 4 occasions, 2 of the games had just 1 goal in it. That shows that they raise their game and they know how to play against TNS.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's always a very, very difficult game. I think in all the games where I've been in charge of the team, I think it's been 0-0 at half-time in all those games. I think, yeah, if I rightly back correctly, and we had a very tough game here at home, and we won 1-0. I think Louis Robles scored second half, so it was 0-0 half-time. Like you said, they scored first away from home, put us right under the pressure. We had a very good second half though, and deserved to get something from the game. Could have won it in the end, but they were our first points dropped this season. So yeah, I think tactically they're very good, Penybont. They stop us from playing. They dropped to that mid block and really stopped us from going down one of the sides last time. So it'll be very interesting to see what they do this time. They come off the back of a good win themselves. I think their manager's excellent. I think he does a really good job there with the squad that he's got at his disposal. And yeah, we expect nothing more than a tough test. So it's good to be back at home though. We really like playing at home, and I think the results and performances show that so far.
And certainly Scorio are expected to be a close game and a tough one as well, because they've chosen it for the television game this weekend live on S4C. But it's also an opportunity for the New Saints to showcase what we can do to the wider footballing public.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think any time you're on TV there and teams are watching you play and your team's out there and exposed, I think that's great. It's great for the players, great for us as staff, because we want to get ourselves out there and promote not just TNS but also the Welsh leagues and the good football that I see every week from ourselves, but also the opposition teams as well. So we're expecting a good game live on telly, later kick-off, so adds that little bit more special, I think, to it as well. So yeah, bring it on. We're looking forward to it.
And when there is a game on television, does it bring added pressure, or does it raise the tempo of what you're expecting from your players, or is it just another game that you want to go out there to win?
Yeah, I think it is another game that you want to go out there and win. I think any game at home especially, we want to be on the front foot. We want to attack well, we want to create chances and really take the game to the opposition. We'll be looking to do this whether it's on TV or whether it's not really. But I think the fact it's a later kick-off, it'll be a bit darker earlier, lights will be on, I think that adds to it a little bit as well. So we always like those sort of night games, and this is probably a late afternoon game, but I think this will be a good one and very much looking forward to it, yeah.
And as the head coach, you do put a lot of thought and preparation into the upcoming games. How are the preparations in general going so far as you look ahead to Saturday's game?
Yeah, good this week so far. We've had a couple of good sessions so far. We had a double training session today, which went well. Plenty more work to do until, obviously, with the team, a little bit more tactical work later on in the week, getting closer to the game. But yeah, no, preparations are going well, just trying to get the balance between the opposition, who we respect a lot, and we want to make sure we know what they're doing, but then also making sure we get our own house in order as well. I feel like, especially at home, when we've had our best performances has been when we've really been, like I said, aggressive on the front foot, taking the game to the opposition, and that's when we've got our best results and performances by doing that.
Just one more game to go before Christmas and 6 in total before the split. No doubt you want to carry on with that winning mentality and keep that gap or extend it as you go into the final 10, 12 games of the 10 games of the season.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we do highlight a certain number of games in periods of the season. We're still in one of those periods now, leading us up, as you say, into Christmas. We're on track to where we want to be in that group of games so far, so we want to make sure we finish that strongly before we start that Christmas period. Looking at that Christmas period, it's good in terms of the games. It's really only one game a week with plenty of days in there that we can train and work hard to get ready for those games. So I've been involved in leagues and clubs where you're playing maybe 2 extra games over Christmas. So here we can plan and prep with more detail and more training sessions, which I've been enjoying personally. So that's been good.
And finally, as always, what is the general availability of players likely to be when you choose your team for Saturday's game?
Yeah, sure. Well, Ash Baker was injured for the weekend. He's picked up a small muscle issue. Don't think it's anything too bad. Could be back in contention for the weekend. We're going to have to see how he is. Danny Redmond come off at the weekend as well, so he'd be a doubt, but we'll see how he is in the week. So nothing too major in terms of injuries, but just 1 or 2 little ones that we're hopefully going to nurse through and try and get them ready for Saturday.